Welcome to my channel Math Solution Master. Today I am discussing about the compound interest with formula. Before that, please like our channel, share to your friends and subscribe. Also click the bell button for necessary updates. So, what is compound interest? In a previous video, we have discussed about the simple interest and also discussed and showed you about the compound interest with the basic formula. Today we're discussing this compound interest with the formula, which is only one formula. So compound interest is calculated on the basis of principal portion of a loan or contribution, the annual rate of interest and term period of the principal amount only. In other words, we can say interest on interest and the principal are added in this compound interest. It is the result of reinvesting interest rather than paying it out, so that interest in the next period is then earned on the principal amount along with previous accumulated interest. What is the compound interest formula? In previous video, it was shown from the basic knowledge that how a compound interest is calculated. Now we are calculating this with this formula. You can see the description for simple interest and compound interest basic calculation. Follow the description box. So here we are discussing about the formula that A is equal to P plus 1 by R divided by 100 to the power n. Here A is the amount after compound effect, P is principal amount, R is annual rate of interest in terms of percentage, n is the number of terms. Number that is number of interest count in the total period. In this formula, n is given as a form of yearly, quarterly, half-yearly, bi-yearly basis or any other form. If the interest is counted quarterly basis for 2 years, then n will be 12 by 3 is equal to 4 into 2, that is 8. So similarly, if the interest is counted half-yearly for 3 years, then n will be 12 by 6. That means you have to pay 2 times in a year, and that is up to 3 years, that is 6 times you have to pay, so the n will be 6, and so on. Simply you have to find out how many times you are paying the interest for the total time period, and that is called n. Now A is the amount after compound effect. That means it is the calculated value for principal amount plus interest amount for that particular time period. Hence, we can say A is equal to P plus compound interest, that is CI. So CI, compound interest, is equal to A minus P. So from the above equation, we can say A is equal to P into 1 plus R, R by 100 to the power n minus P is equal to P into 1 plus R to the power minus 1 in bracket. It will come. In this manner, the total compound interest can be calculated from the formula with simple steps. You can also find out the total amount including interest after the term period which have to be repaid. So you can see here the A is the total amount after compound effect, and CI is the only compound interest amount. So using this equation 1 in the previous page and equation 2 in this page, you can easily calculate the compound interest. An amount, here is another type of question may be arise. An amount becomes n times at compound interest in t1 years, and it becomes n2 times in t2 years at same compound interest. Then this is the if this is the short form, we can say n2 is equal to n1 to the power t2 by t1. for example of the previous equation, Vikas takes a loan of 12,000 rupees from his friend to set a business at the rate of 8% compound interest half yearly for a time period of 2 years. So calculate the interest amount after 2 years. How much amount Vikas have to repay his friend after 2 years? Here, the principal amount P is equal to 12,000, R is equal to R, T is equal time is 2 years. So N will be 12 by 6 because it is half yearly. So you have to pay it 2 times in a year. So for total time you have to pay 4 times, that is N is equal to 4. Now we get from the equation 1 amount A is equal to this. Equating this calculation, you are getting this value 16,325.87 rupees. So amount have to repay his friend after 2 years will be this 16,325 and 87 rupees. Using equation in serial number 2, we get interest after 2 years. This is the total amount including interest, compound interest. So deducting the principal value, we get only the interest for 2 years, that is 4,325.87 rupees. And for the second question and second type, here is another example. An amount becomes double at compound interest in 10 years. Calculate the time in years it will take to become 8 times. So from the equation 3, we get n1 is equal to 2, n2 is equal to 8, t1 is equal to 10. So t2 we have to find out what will be the time. From equation 3, we get n2 is equal to n1 to the power n t2 by t1. That is, this equation solving this, we get t2 is equal to 30 years. So it will take 30 years to make the amount 8 times. But you should remember, never ever use the total time in terms of years. Always use the number of terms in which you have to calculate as below. This is the calculation process. We have already discussed about the n you have to calculate, the how much time you are giving the interest. That is the simple process. You can easily calculate this. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share our channel. Also click the bell button for further notification.